Welcome to movie news. She was just sitting in my lap. So, you want to be a star, Tinkerbell? You're in the fucking wrong place. uh, yeah, movie news again. Yeah, I'll probably have my Exodus. I should just say this right. I saw Exodus, and you'll probably know I saw Exodus because that review should probably be up before I put this up. But on the off chance it's not, Exodus will be up in a little shortly, day or so. But yeah. So movie news. Stuff did happen. Give me 1 second. Gotta get my ring. Get my ring. Kiss my ring. Uh, but I know stuff happened. One of the big fucking pieces of there was apparently no other way to call it, a hack. Someone hacked Sony. Someone hacked the fucking company of Sony. The movie, not just the movie division per se, but Sony in general. I'm pretty sure a lot of it is the movie division of Sony, which Sony, as if you haven't heard as of late, Sony's been struggling with their company in the recent years or so. Spider-Man 2 Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not do as well as they were hoping for. It made profit, but it did not make the bank they were hoping for, and it was mixed all over the board. It was kind of a disaster in many respects, and I liked Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I totally agree it's the weakest of the two newest ones, and I would even go so far as to say I think I ranked them at one point. I think I ranked them actually in my Amazing Spider-Man 2 review that it's probably not the worst, but like the second worst one at the moment. It really is not. That or it's like right in the middle. I think I ranked it, but it's a giant step backwards. So yeah, they've got hacked. Now I had one friend actually say bullshit on this. Now I don't know what he meant by that when he said it because I didn't get a chance to ask him. I didn't know if he just thought the situation was bullshit or if it's bullshit that it's hacks and leaks and stuff like that, or like that he's thinking maybe that Sony wanted us to see this, and I couldn't help thinking if that's the case, then that's fucking stupid. No, you don't want people to know this shit. You do not need people to know this shit. I mean, what some of the stuff we've learned at the moment is that, yes, Marvel and Sony were talking about possibly bringing Spider-Man over to the MCU, but there was issues of control over the character, and that's why those negotiations failed. Which is understandable. We all figured that was the case. We knew that was possibly the case, but to hear it was actually confirmed is, whatever. Take it for what it is. Also, a 22 Jump Street meets Men in Black spinoff is actually on the table. Like, is at the very least being considered. I'm like, I like 21 Jump Street. I love 22 Jump Street. I like all the Men in Blacks. I honestly do. But what the fuck? Are you trying to tell me that 22 Jump Street, in the 21 Jump Street universe, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum characters, live in the Men in Black universe so aliens exist? Is 22 Jump Street just a subdivision of the MIB that has just not been let in on the alien stuff yet? It's like a training recruitment style thing? What the fuck? No. Don't get me wrong. I'd watch that movie. I would. Because I'd have to. And I'd probably even laugh at some points. But no. Other issues that were going on, apparently from what we hear, is that there was some words, let's say, were exchanged between some direct... I can't remember exactly who, but Angelina Jolie got like really fucking pissed that she couldn't get David Fincher to direct her Cleopatra movie because he was busy like attached to jobs, which I should do an update on that because I did talk about Christian Bale from that. Christian Bale's no longer attached for jobs. No one's currently attached for Jobs kind of right now. Jobs has left Sony right now. Jobs is now over to Universal. This whole Jobs project is a fucking shitstorm. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that right now. But she's like apparently getting upset, like really fucking pissed off that that she can get David Fincher, and I get that you're upset, but to be actually angry and actually like say hurtful things towards people and stuff like that, or you're a fucking professional, you're an adult. I like Angelina Jolie, I do. I think she's actually got talent as a director. I've been hearing mixed things about Unbroken, but I'm still probably gonna see it. But no, she's a good talent. She's a lovely woman. She's a talented person all around. You're a fucking grown woman. Act like it. Don't get all pissy because you can't get the director you want. There are other fabulous directors, I'm sure, who would work with you if you not just throw a bitch fit over not. I want David Fincher. No, I want David Fincher. You're a poo-poo head. Fuck you. I don't know the words that went on with them. I don't. I haven't read any of them or anything like that. I have not actually gone up and looked a lot of the shit that's been going on with these the Sony shit. I just know the basic information, some of the stories coming out of it, because I care about it in the sense that this should not have happened. This should not, and this is going to probably hurt Sony big time in some ways. But at the same time, I don't care because I don't care about the personal shit that goes on between celebrities. That's their own shit, and they're acting like fucking children half the time. And unfortunately, if what went on, and this is true, and I again did not read it, so I don't actually know what went on. But for the sake, if Angelina Jolie being pissed off and saying hurtful things towards someone, is true about Dave, not because she couldn't get David Fincher or Cleopatra, then you're a fucking child. Don't act like a goddamn child. Act like a professional adult. You can be upset that you didn't get him. Absolutely, you can be upset you didn't get him. You can maybe even be a little, make a note saying, I really wish I could have got. It's like, it's not fair or whatever. Be at least professional about your displeasure about the situation. Don't fucking act like, oh, fuck you, da 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 da. I don't know what she said again. From my understanding, there were some, there was some adult language used, folks. There was F-bombs probably thrown and stuff like that. I'm sure. Maybe it's the C-bombs. Who knows? But yeah, just act like a goddamn professional. It is. I've been going on some rants. I went on my fucking religious rant for my Exodus video, and I'm ranting about being professionalism for certain actors and actresses. And I'm not just saying this for Angelina Jolie either. I'm saying this for anyone who decides to act like this. Don't fucking act like this. You are a professional. You are in a position. You work in a job where you not only get to entertain people, do what you enjoy doing, you get paid for it. Be grateful for who you are and what you have. That's all I can say on that. The whole Sony thing is general. I have no idea where Sony's going for this. I especially don't know where they're going with the Spider-Man universe right now, because they're holding as they said, their Spidey Summit after the first of the year to see where their cinematic universe is going. As far as I know, Sinister Six is still on the table. It is. I hope they can get shit sorted out, because I still liked Amazing Spider-Man 2. I did, and I love Amazing Spider-Man. I think Amazing Spider-Man may very well be my favorite Spider-Man right now. Because I just like Andrew Garfield better than Tobey Maguire, and that your lead is one of the most crucial things for a movie. If your lead carries the movie, it's great. And don't get me wrong, I liked Tobey Maguire, and he carried the movie fine. But Andrew Garfield I see Spider-Man in him. I didn't automatically see Spider-Man in Tobey Maguire. I see Spider-Man in Andrew Garfield. I do. I see Peter Parker. Because he not only physically looks like Peter Parker, he acts a bit more like what I would think Peter Parker would act like. Tobey Maguire was more that 60s Spider-Man, where he really is that awkward nerd guy. God, was he awkward. I'll give him credit. He's awkward in those movies half the time. But Andrew Garfield definitely has a bit better modern interpretation of the character, I think, especially with the way comics were updated for the character, and he feels more like Spider-Man to me. So that's my thought on the Sony shit. It sucks. I do hope they can get their shit on track. I hope they can get things rolling again for the best. I really do hope, because I do want to see Andrew Garfield continue as Spider-Man. I do want to see where this universe goes up, and we want Venom on screen done properly, because Venom was already announced and stuff like that. So I want to see Venom on screen properly done, because I liked Topher Grace fine. He just was not. That was just his bad choice. Sam Raimi just shit the bed on Spider-Man 3. Half the people didn't seem to care at that point. Tobey Maguire certainly didn't fucking care, and that's why I don't like Tobey Maguire as much as I do Andrew Garfield. Kristen Dunst, I never liked Kristen Dunst as Mary Jane. I didn't. She's pretty. She had red hair. That was it. I at least give Topher Grace credit. He's at least a comic book fan. He was actually a decent comic book fan. He was giving a shit through half that movie. Most of them were not giving two shits. So yeah, the Sony Hacks. Yeah, I went on more longer than that than I intended, but yeah, the Sony Hacks. My thought on that. Next, we got our actual first official trailer for the Mad Max trailer, Fury Road with Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron. No, I can't remember if this is a reboot or a sequel or whatnot, but it's Mad Max and it's this apocalyptic world and all that. Can I say they really sped through the second half of the trailer. We get this good opening of Max kind of just pissing into the wind and stepping on like a mutated lizard, then being chased by I don't know if they had I can't remember if they had a name, the original Mad Max, but basically outlaws, bandits, whatever, and he gets kidnapped, and then Charlize Theron basically kind of saves him, and yeah, it's the Mad Max story, getting from one location to another, and finding something in yourself a little bit. Mad Max. Tom Hardy looks like he looks like a Mad Max character. He looks like this post-apocalyptic, kind of quiet badass. It doesn't say much, but when he does, it's kind of straight to the point. Charlize Theron. I love Charlize Theron. She looks badass in this. They got this interesting version of Riders on the Storm playing in the trailer, which is interesting. Seeing as you can see some storms going on, but they're like sandstorms and stuff. But whatever. It's it's Riders on the Storm and all that stuff, and the riders and stuff like. I'm sure it has meaning beyond that, but I mean, the trailer overall looked fine. I wasn't blown away by it. I know this movie's had some issues on itself, but it's wrapped up now. We got the trailer and everything, so it doesn't look bad. I look forward to seeing it when it comes out next year. Last bit I'm going to talk about is Al Pacino. When Guardians of the Galaxy came out, he saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and up until then, he'd never been very keen on comic book movies. He didn't hate them, from my understanding, he just never keen. But after seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, he was actually, and this is Al Pacino. Al Pacino was kind of blown away by Guardians of the Galaxy. He was when Al Pacino, of all people, and Al Pacino is like on the Mount Rushmore of all-time greats, even if his career has been a little iffy as of late, with his choices like Jack and Jill. Why were you in Jack and Jill? Stand-up guys I like. I like stand-up guys a lot. He's when Al Pacino says, you know what, I would be okay with doing it if they find the right role for me. You can take that shit to the bank and lo and behold, he's been in talks with Marvel to possibly be a character at some point in the MCU. Now, who the character is, we have no. He's just in talks right now. I've heard people say he could maybe be the Watcher or something like that. I have no idea. I don't know who. I don't even know what movie he would show up in. Is the thing. Now, let's be clear. If he shows up in something like, say, Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, he could be something along the lines of maybe the Watcher or I don't know. First off, he would be not a minor character. There's no way you're getting Al Pacino to play a minor fucking character. He's playing at least a sub character for the plot. He'll be a plot character at some point. You don't get Al Pacino to be like, okay, he's gonna play that one random Kree guy for these two scenes. That's it, done. No, you do not do that with Al Pacino. If you were to get Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, you're getting Michael Douglas, for example. You got Michael Douglas. No, he's not playing a side character. He's playing a main fucking character. He's playing Hank Pym. So, yeah, in Ant-Man, he's playing the original Ant-Man, which I want to see him in a suit at least once. That'll be fun. But no, yeah, so you get Al Pacino, you get him to play a main character. You get him to play a plot important character in this. Al Pacino actually is Thanos. Fuck Josh Brolin, we got Al Pacino. Just looking at that, she's got a great ass! It's like, sir? Hooah! Nane boo boo. No, we got Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin, I think, is going to be great as Thanos. No, but it's the fact that comic book movies is late. When Marvel first got going again, and the whole basically comic book movies really started to catch back up again, which really was with X-Men and Spider-Man, the first two X-Men, the first Spider-Man, the first two Spider-Man. After that, that's when actors started looking at this like, well, these aren't the the stupid little bastard childs of Hollywood that they used to be. Maybe we could do something with this later on. And then we got Batman Begins, which that changed shit up a bit. That changed some shit up. Batman Begins definitely took a step for a more adult-oriented movie. it's Batman, so people automatically identify. Got Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Liam Neeson, right there, people. Gary Oldman. So right there, big name stars were going in for superhero movies, but it was still kind of a, not quite sure. And then Iron Man hit, and we're like, what the fuck? Where'd this come from? Holy shit, yeah. We got Robert Downey Jr., Jon Favreau, Jeff Bridges is in there. There's our Samuel Jackson popped up at the end. Then Hulk comes out very next same summer. Edward Norton, Liv Tyler, Tim Roth, fucking John Hurt, or no, excuse me, William Hurt. And that was a fucking great movie. And then of course The Dark Knight shows up, fucking even better. Heath Ledger won his Academy Award even after he died for that. And then then they start coming out. Then we got Captain America, which is not the greatest of them all, but it's still pretty good. Iron Man 2, I think, is like the one a lot of fans are divided on. Not everyone really likes Iron Man 2. It might be like the worst. Even at their worst, it's still entertaining and good. And then we got, Samuel Jackson's. We get Samuel Jackson coming. Then we got Thor, which is really good. Then we got The Avengers, which blew everyone's mind. It's arguably one of the best comic book movies to date. And the stories keep getting better and more rich. We got Iron Man 3. Say what you will. The story was actually really fucking good. The acting was really good. If you don't like some of the plot twists in that movie, it's understandable. But you cannot deny that they're good for what they are. Then you have Thor: The Dark World, which you could make the arguments better than the first Thor. I like the first Thor better, but that's still me. But it's more mature story content. It's still fun for everyone. It's great. You got Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston is just great as Loki. Chris Hemsworth is nailing it. Natalie Portman is in there. Fucking Anthony Hopkins. Then you go into Captain America: Winter Soldier, which couldn't be argued to be better than the Avengers. My God, is Captain America: Winter Soldier fucking amazing. And then you got X-Men: Days of Future Past. Peter Dinklage is in that movie, folks. Peter Dinklage is a fucking amazing actor. And then you get Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the highest grossing movie of the year. So these are not the fucking, jokes they used to be, folks. Comic book movies are, first off, they are the main trend right now. But not only are they the main trend, they're not just the main trend and just cash cows. They are solid movies. They are good movies. They're not just good comic book fan movies. They're not just good entertainment. They are good movies. They are rich stories. They are rich characters. They are a complete package. With some exceptions, sometimes the villains aren't what they can be, unfortunately. Hopefully that changes up with Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron looks like it's going to be shaping up to be possibly better than the Avengers. Possibly, the best we've got so far. But, and that's one of the things, that's one of the only gripes I'll ever give Marvel right now, is that apart from Loki, it's really hard to have a really interesting villain in Marvel right now. Because what do you got? You had Obadiah Stane. He was okay. He was our basically first guy. Tim Roth was okay as Abomination. I liked Tim Roth, but I'll give him credit. But then we got then Captain America. Red Skull, I think, is the only one who's even at least somewhat as interesting as Loki. He's the only one who's really got any true character to him, I thought. And then Loki, of course, is Loki. Malekith is just boring. I wasn't a big fan of Ronan. Mark made the point that he was kind of supposed to be that character. He was serviceable, absolutely, but he was not interesting really at all. And that's the thing. A villain needs to be interesting. And then of course Loki again, and then Thanos will show up, and Thanos is if they make Thanos boring, I will be so sad. I will be so sad. Then of course, but it's hard to have an interesting villain in a movie sometimes. So yeah, that'd be my only gripe against the MCU. So really so for Al Pacino to get back on track a little bit. To be interested in the MCU? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? I'll probably be fascinated by whatever character he plays. I really will. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want us to review something, put it in the comments below. Let us know. And, if you want to if you want to see something. I lost my train of thought there for a second. So, yeah. I just blanked. So, yeah, next movie next week is going to be definitely The Hobbit. Hobbit is a must. And I almost positive that it's going to be me, Mark, and Sam for The Hobbit. So, yeah, that will be another group one. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you for the next one.